62.
Now, this happens to be a mountain Nomai Tai lychee, and it's actually going to have some fruit this year.
Yeah.
Little mountain ones.
Yeah, got a lot of fruit up there.
Well, this one I think I'll keep, but let me just show you something for kicks. Now, this is a kit. This is my small kit tree, and it's got a great crop on it. Now, this is my top work honey kiss. This is on Zill Interstock. Let's walk this way, and I'll just show you. I got a few more trees over here, but now this tree was a Zill 80 all the way, and then Walter actually came in and grafted some stumping. So this started stumping, and I tried to put some stuff on here that didn't take them inside the floor.
So Zill 80 for dump.
Yeah. This is what I do now. Room for one more row. I've got to dig out that dead orange tree. First off, the Staley's marble, I got to bring that canopy back about 8 feet to the east. But I got room right where that stake is at for 2 more trees there.
So when were these planted here?
These were planted about a year ago. And what happened is they were too close to these trees here, and I was getting shading there, all those. The south side.
So the south side is.
So I had to dig. All 6 of these trees up and move them a couple feet this way to get those trees in the sunshine. They weren't growing. They weren't getting enough light. They were just doing nothing.
And
I've got to trim that canopy. I got to trim that canopy back further south also. This happens to be a let's see, yes, a Venus. This is a fruit punch. Like I said, it wasn't growing at all. That's a Kesar. And these other 3 trees are hemp cigars. That's what this guy is. And this one and this one. What was happening with this guy? That ackee tree was a lot bigger, and it was shading this guy. So I cut the ackee tree way back. And so if they don't get sun, they just don't grow. I mean, they won't grow at all. So that's a hemp cigar too. But this one looks like it's going to do something. But I moved all these about 3 months ago. I dug them up, moved them 2 feet further north.
And you have such precise mulching here. I'm impressed by your mulch beds here. Mine is sort of like throw it around the mangoes near.
There's my mulch pile, and what I do is when the trees are trimmed, I have them come in with a clean truck. They'll make sure it's clean. I don't want anybody else's stuff. Because my stuff's organic, and I mulch it up, and there it is. And the little trees get the mulch. I don't put anything around the bigger trees, but the little trees I have weed block down and put mulch on it, and it's still stuff grows through, whatever. And then when they get bigger, I probably won't mulch them.
Yeah, it helps a lot with the moisture and stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I tell you, when you move these trees, they don't like it. I mean, they got to water them every day.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't worry. You can't believe how hard it was to get that weed block up, because the weeds had grown through it, and man, it was a fight just to get that stuff. I mean, it was ruined, of course, but just to get it up by myself, I was out here, I thought I was going to have to call and get help, to pull the stuff up.
It's too much fun.
Yeah, really. So anyhow, but
big longan over here.
Yeah, huge. Last year I had nothing. I don't know what variety it is, but it's really good. And this year I had a few blooming varieties, but I don't know what's going on there. Longan's pretty productive typically, a lot better than lychee are. And that tree has got a huge canopy. It's capable of producing a lot of fruit.
So,
but the only thing with longan, you probably know this, if you have too much fruit up there, you better go thin it or it will not fill out. About 4 years ago, that tree was completely covered with longan. I had people stopping by going, I've never seen a tree like that has so much longan. And I was just patting myself on the back. Oh, this is really good. None of it filled out. It was all seed. It wasn't worth giving away. And then I read, if it gets too thick, you got to thin it out.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're able to reach it, I guess the way is to like cut, a half or 2/3 of the panicle of fruit, and so then but it's a tree that size. I guess you just thin the branches or something.
This next trimming cycle, I'm going to get them to come in, and I work the canopy, but I'm going to get them to give it a major haircut. It's got to come down about 12 feet, like that stuff right there. All needs to be cut out. But I go through the canopy and I've worked it down. It'd be twice that big if I wouldn't have been working on it for years. But yeah, if you want to just kind of walk over by the road, there's a couple of trees I didn't show you, but I don't know if you want to. This is the pina colada, and
got some flowers over here.
Yeah, I normally get about 4 mangoes off this tree each year, and they're about 5 ounces, 6 ounces. And this is a mango. If you want to go broke as a grove owner, plant a grove of these.
Yeah, nice flavor.
You'll be bankrupt in no time.
So you were trying to.
Yeah, this actually was a San Puri, and it took and grew for about a year, and then it died. I don't know why. So whatever. Now, what's happening here? These are lemon zest. They're not growing, and I've got a cinnamon tree there. That cinnamon tree is just too tall. I'm getting some shading at the morning. I got to bring that down about 12 feet. And also, when the fruit's off, I got to bring in, this is a Fairchild. I got to bring this guy in about 4 feet, all the way around, bring it down a little bit. I got to get less shading on this tree because it's not growing right. But I think I'm going to have a good crop of Fairchild off my tree. But it's fired up here really good. I got a lot of activity. Now, this tree here, it's just amazing.
Looks like you have a couple of mangoes that are ready to go.
That's the way to go. Like I said, I had over 60 blown off the tree. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now I got one split. I don't know what that's all about, because I don't know that. But I got a couple I think I can pick a little later today. I've got some in the sink that blew off yesterday. I think I got a little bit of dieback on this, and I started doing some micro treatment. I gave the first treatment about 3 or 4 weeks ago, manganese, so I'm hoping I can get this guy back in a little better health. Over here now, this is another shaded lemon zest. It's just getting too much shade.
It looks like you're putting a lot of bets on lemon zest.
I had four.
Several areas.
You know, at the time, it's like the best flavor, and then after I plant them, it's like, well, it has this, it has that. You know, oh well, okay, you know, people get excited. This is the cog salt, and had a very light first bloom, and then I had some flush, and then whatever didn't flush, now I'm getting some bloom up there, so I'll get something off of it. This tree's still a little too thick. I worked it quite a bit last year and thinned it out a lot. It's the usual thing. You get through and you go, wow, that's really good. And then 6 months you come back and you go, man, you know what? It's not exactly what I wanted. So nothing's ever static in this business. It's very dynamic. And the tree trimming part, I feel like I can never learn enough on that. It's never the way I want it to be. I'm never happy with the tree trimming. It's just,
it's a process. You know, it's like you can't do it all in 1 year. You have to do it in stages.
And then how you do it, you know, it was the end result. I mean, this tree was too thick. I cleaned it out a lot, and now it's still, I would still say it's too thick. Anyway, I just wanted to show you those things. And there's another another rosy gold that's going to be probably ready to pick.
Yeah.
I got a couple of them. I hope that this tree will do something. Now, the Allenport Banisham flushed out, but most of this tree hasn't flushed, and this Bangana poly, it hasn't flushed at all. And it hasn't done anything. I've got one little section of fruit right here. This is all I've got, and this is amazing that this tree hadn't flushed, and it's just sitting here. I mean, this thing is ready to go. I don't understand why it hasn't fired up, but it's just.
Yeah, I think, like you were saying, I think each variety has its own preferences as far as weather and everything, and so.
But you know, this is a variety that really doesn't take that low of a set point. It's a Southern India mango, and that's why I'm a little surprised, because this mango, with the weather conditions we've had, I really thought it got exactly what it needed to do something. And it's kind of an altered bear. It'll be heavy 1 year and light. And last year was an okay year. It wasn't a great year. So, I mean, it's had a pretty good rest. Canopy looks healthy enough. I don't quite understand what's going on with it. But I don't know. I guess by next week I'm going to have to give up on it. But you look at it and it just looks like it's capable of doing something. And it's not like the sweet tarts. I mean, the sweet tarts to me they need a lower set point to get them to go. And that's why people further north, people further west, where it gets cooler, are doing better. But over here for us, mine have had swollen buds for 2 months. Still nothing. So I don't know. So anyhow, we'll see, but things are looking a lot better this week than they did last week.
yeah, it's just a matter of 5 days. From absolutely no emergence of the panicle to having a full panicle out.
Right. So we're going to have an extended season. We're going to have a pretty decent later crop. So that's good news. I mean, take everything you can get.
Yeah. Well, thanks again.
All right.
I hope it all works out. All of these trees wake up and start flowering that haven't flowered, but it sure looks like you have a lot of fruit that will be available this season. It looks like you have a really big selection. I find that I never get every variety, every year.
Right.
It's so, you have 62 varieties, but if you get 40 varieties or even more than that, it's a great year because you've got some really big trees and a lot of fruit hanging.
And just like my Southern Blush this year, I really won't have anything. And I have one customer, that's all he wants. I have another customer, he will not eat anything but Kent. Now the Kent guy is going to be okay. The Southern Blush guy, I've got to call him and give him the bad news that, I'm sorry, you're not going to have any Southern Blush this year. But I'm going to wait a week to see if the tree still does anything, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So that's the way it goes. But yeah, I'm like you, I never have everything come in each year. But during the peak of the season, I'll have a couple dozen different varieties on any one given day, and I think people like that. They like to see the different colors and the textures and the smells and so on and so forth. I think that's very exciting for them, and it's a pretty presentation too. I like that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, great. Well, good luck with the mango season and all the work that goes with it.
Yeah. All right.